Good evening. My name is Adlai Susi, and I'm the Vice President of the Class of 2023. Welcome to our graduation ceremony, our last event as students at Dracut High School. It is my honor to present to you my classmates, the Dracut High School Class of 2023. At this time, please join me as we recognize and thank our Dracut teachers and administrators whose guidance and knowledge brought us to this day. On behalf of my classmates, thank you, Dracut teachers. At this time, please join our class secretary, Dylan Hubbard, and class treasurer, Anthony Rapucci, in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence in memory of those who are no longer with us.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the hope of the brave.
Thank you, students. Please be seated. My name is Rich Manley. I'm the principal of Dracut High School. Delighted to welcome you to Commencement 2023. I'm joined on the stage with members of the Dracut School Committee, who later will be presenting diplomas, our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Stone, and our Vice Principals, Dr. Carney and Ms. Lyson. I would like to say that it is fitting and appropriate that after we complete our national anthem, that we recognize those members of the class of 2023 who will be entering the armed forces. Will Serena Marshall, Shaylin McDowell, and Isabel Paiva please stand to be recognized? I think I speak for all of us that we are so proud we have 3 young women entering the Armed Forces of the United States, and you certainly make our class proud. So, graduates, I have just a couple of parting words this evening, and I want you to think about these and how it might work. I'm going to give you each a quick quiz. It's going to be a quick one because we don't have a lot of time here. Here's the quiz. First, graduates, teachers, get ready. You're next. Graduates, raise your hand. There's no detentions anymore if you've been late to school this year. All right. Hands down. Raise your hand if you were late to school because you stopped at a local shop and bought a nice frozen drink along the way, or maybe a colada. Hands down. Teachers, raise your hand if you attended the last 5 commencement addresses for 2023. Quite a few of you. Put your hands down. Raise your hands if you remember anything I said at any of them. Okay. Smattering of hands, thank you. You're probably lying, but you're being polite. That's sort of my point. What can I say that will offer you something that will be memorable? Because I've been to 5 of these myself, if I include my high school graduation. It's hard for me to remember what was said. So this year, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to come back to those colladas. Because you all have a resource here. And whether you are the valedictorian or you are somewhere way down, the nice part about tonight is you have this resource in equal parts. Every single one of you is equal. And the resource you all have tonight is something that the folks behind you had, but they don't have it, at least not as much anymore. Yeah, do you know what that is? What? Family. Well, we have family. Time. Somebody said it over here. You have time. So here's the message. When you have your 50th reunion, which is around the time you're going to retire in 2073, sorry I won't be able to attend. You'll have to have the party without me. I'll be thinking of you. But what I want you to do is think about not me, but what I said tonight. Because if you take those $5 or $7 that you're spending each week and you invest that for the next number of years, when you retire, you will have, I already calculated in preparation for this, $80,000. Oh, wow. It's a pretty good amount. You're probably thinking, yeah, but that's 50 years. What's that going to be worth? And I agree. But the point is not that you're only going to be doing $5 a week. You're going to start. You're going to start now, and you're going to build that and build that. And so when you get to your retirement, when you get to your 50th DHS reunion, some one of you out there, some one of you is going to say, hey, you know, remember that speech? I walked away and I remember that, and I did something, and I started that habit, and I grew it and I grew it. Because you're not going to stop at 5. You're going to get more and more money. You're going to have that habit. And I guarantee you, if you use that resource of time, you will have that habit. You'll have a lot more than $80,000. So you all get, many of you get money, right, for graduation, sort of a tradition. Take a few dollars of that money, start your IRA, and then when you have your 50th reunion, I won't be there, but at least one of you will remember, I remember that speech, because right now I have a condo in Hawaii and I flew in for my reunion to you. All because Mr. Manley told me that back in 2023. So good luck, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. It's been wonderful to have you here at Dracut High School. And now for our MC of the evening, I'm turning it over to our class president, Courtney Smith.
In the year 2013, many graduates in this room probably had frozen fever, whether you want to admit it or not. The movie basically defined our childhood, and that was 10 years ago, if you can believe it. In the movie, I'm sure you remember Olaf, the happy-go-lucky snowman whose main purpose was to insert positivity into serious situations. In the movie Frozen 2, while singing the song While I Am Older, Olaf finds himself lost in the woods, surrounded by scary monsters, wind tornadoes, and fire spirits. The world he lives in is suddenly unstable. In an attempt to calm down, He tells himself that it will all be okay someday, even if it's not okay now, creating his own fantasy adulthood. He thinks that when you're older, everything is mellow and all of your struggles disappear. He thinks that looking back, these scary things will seem childish, that these things will all make sense when he is older. In some cases, he is right, but he also creates a false sense of security for himself. Regardless, in this moment, the song works. Olaf is no longer bothered by his problems. He isn't fazed by the scary monsters, wind tornadoes, and fire spirits. The fire spirit's name is Bruni, and he's a lizard, and personally, I think he's pretty cute. Now, Olaf does eventually learn his lesson. He comes to the realization that life isn't all snowflakes and rainbows. Not every day is going to be bright and sunny and perfect, and that's okay. Things happen, and sometimes the reasons aren't positive or don't make sense at all. Obviously, we are not snowmen. We are human beings, and today, graduates. While in the school building, we are expected to learn all sorts of things. We learn science, math, language, and all the other subjects. We learn how to become humans and all that comes with that label. Or at least we attempt to learn. Sometimes life just gets in the way. Throughout our time in school, we experienced a lot of struggles, but we pushed through. We got bad grades, we struggled while making friends, we struggled while losing friends. We learned how to open lockers and follow a class schedule, and we recovered from the embarrassment of second grade field day when we had to carry piles of pizza boxes stacked half your body size across the basketball court, and you drop them in front of your entire class. Just me? Okay. Just like Olaf is excited for his future, escaping the bubble of high school is exciting. We can get out of the cycle of getting up at the same time every day, pushing ourselves out of bed till we make it to school on time, or just a bit late. We are going to meet so many new people. No more seeing the same kids all day, every day since kindergarten, which may be really sad for some of you, but might also be considered a long-awaited relief. After today, we will enter into our senior summer, and then it's the excitement of a high school-less fall. We're being given a lot of independence, and it's time for us to find our way in the world. While it's good to be optimistic, it's also important to realize that not everything will go according to plan. There will still be struggles ahead. Getting out of bed is hard, whether you're in high school or not. Friends will come and go. Pizza boxes will be dropped. We have to learn to adapt, to ask for help. We have to get comfortable feeling our feelings and understanding that scary monsters, wind tornadoes, and fire spirits might end up just being cute lizards after all. I wish you all the best of luck on your journey through life. May your adventure through the woods be a rewarding one. Now, go home and watch Frozen. Try and remember why you liked it so much, and then watch the sequel. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2023. At this time, it is my honor to introduce the Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Stephen Stone.
Good evening. I'd like to extend my personal welcome to all of the parents and family members here tonight, as well as members of the Dracut School Committee and all of the educators and administrators here helping celebrate the graduation of the class of 2023. I'm happy to report that it is raining outside, so we did not waste an event inside. I would like to take a couple of moments to recognize and thank first the Supervisor in Buildings and Grounds, Mr. Graham, who's back there against the wall. If you could wave, Mr. Graham. All of our maintenance staff and custodians, most of whom are around the room now. Say thank you to a custodian and maintenance worker tonight. As well as the administrative assistants who have supported this effort as they do every single year. I very much appreciate their work. What they've done in the last 72 hours is amazing, having set up here and outside and only made some changes in the last couple of hours, and it's going to go seamlessly, I'm sure. So thank you all very much. I'd also like to recognize our school resource officers, Officers Cotner and Wynn. If you could raise your hands and wave. Our partnership with the Dracut Police Department is strong. I appreciate their work on a regular basis. It makes us safer and more productive in the schools, and their effort is very much appreciated. These efforts are emblematic of what occurs every day by the more than 500 employees of the Dracut Public Schools. Our administrators, teachers, paraprofessionals, administrative assistants, food service workers, custodians, and maintenance workers all ensure that you are well cared for. I thank you all for ensuring that you continue to have a community that is supportive and welcoming for our students. As I've done the last number of years, I'd like to recognize a couple of employees who are with us this evening who will be retiring at the end of this year. Sandra Gallagher, who is a paraprofessional at Dracut High School, will be retiring after 7 years service to the Dracut Public Schools. Sandra. And the man who needs no introduction, he has a cult following in town of Dracut, Alan Chukrin, who is serving Mr. Chukrin will be completing his 30th year of service when he retires at the end of this school year. You need to stand up, Mr. Chukrin, in a way so people can all see you there. And I will offer that we walked in together, and I told him it was not too late to withdraw his retirement papers. That I would be happy to receive that. I'm going to be brief as well this evening. I'd just like to wish the class of 2023 a great journey in the future. Follow your passion, do what makes you happy, regardless of what that is, and I wish you well. I likewise wouldn't be around for your 50th class reunion, but I'm sure it'll be a good time. Thank you, and remember, once a middie, always a middie.
At this time, I am pleased to welcome to the podium our class salutatorian, Riley Ducharme.
Thank you, Courtney. Superintendent Stone, Principal Manley, Vice Principals Carney, DiGeronimo, and Lyson, school committee members, esteemed staff, honored guests, friends, and family. Welcome to the Dracut High School commencement ceremony. Class of 2023, we've been through it all, and we finally made it out of the jungle of high school. There have been daily challenges. Day by day, the exams breathing down our necks, imitating athletic rivals, challenging our passions, and the everyday morning traffic that every one of us dreads. But standing behind us were the teachers, coaches, parents, classmates, ready to stare down a challenge and keep us believing in ourselves. Sure, we made mistakes, lots of them. And sure, we asked questions, me more than most. But learning how to fall, how to fail, taught us how to grow, change, persevere, and succeed. And we have definitely succeeded. Milestones such as Ashley Talbot breaking 1,000 points in girls basketball, my good friend Tommy Workman setting the record for most points in DT hockey history, Brock Damaris run for a state title in wrestling, our music department winning Best Community for Music Education, Miss Ekbatani winning her many awards for Mass Insight, and my favorite, Mr. Chukrin finally graduating after 30 years. He was my favorite teacher ever, and that's me saying it with my mom also having me as my teacher. Here at Dracut High School, we nourish the life of the mind. This refers to the journey we all choose to take, the journey towards expanding our minds and increasing our knowledge about things we don't know. We must step into uncharted territory to pave our own paths. It's up to us to persevere through the challenges ahead and to never stop working. Along the way, we must develop the mental strength, confidence, and endurance to go at it alone. At some point in this journey, it becomes essential that we all acknowledge that there is no set destination, that for the mind, there's always further to go and a whole lot more to learn. Let us always remember that the how is never important as the why. Whether it's to better yourself or to help others, remembering the why is the priority and how it will follow with time and perseverance. At some point, we all have to choose between what the world wants you to be and who you actually are. David Geffen dropped out of 3 colleges with challenges from dyslexia before creating DreamWorks Productions. Bill Gates took a plunge by leaving prestigious Ivy League school to start Microsoft. The list goes on. Henry Ford, Mark Zuckerberg, Walt Disney for lacking imagination. What I'm trying to say is to pave your own path and be fearless. The world's just going to throw curveballs. It's going to happen that way, so plan on it happening. I'm glad to say that I've met and become friends with everyone graduating today. But part of the journey is the end. And I know that everything will work out the way it was supposed to. Finally, in the great words of Mac Miller, we just graduated high school. Thank you.
At this time, it is my honor to introduce the class valedictorian, Eod Solomon.
Thank you. 1 second. Thank you. It has been a pleasure to listen to all the incredible speeches that have been given today. I feel tremendous honor and pride to be a part of such a special occasion. But I wouldn't be standing here without the help of so many remarkable people. To our teachers and mentors, you've been beacons of knowledge, wisdom, and inspiration throughout our high school years. You've gone above and beyond to ensure our education continued amidst challenging circumstances. Who could forget Dr. Cummings rocking the Burger King costume to explain calculus? Or Mr. Chuckern using Mr. Blanchett as a human projectile to illustrate physics. You've shown us the true meaning of dedication. We thank you for believing in us, pushing us to achieve our full potential, and igniting a passion for lifelong learning within each one of us. To my parents, Sama and Hela, there are no words to describe how thankful I am for both your support and, as my father probably wants me to say, your genes. Your sacrifices, both seen and unseen, have paved the way for my success. I would be remiss not to extend my gratitude to all those who have played a role in shaping who I am today. To our friends, family members, and countless others who have supported us, thank you for your unwavering encouragement and love. Today, we gather here to celebrate not just the culmination of our high school journey, but also our ability to embrace change in the face of uncertainty and adapt to new challenges. It's no secret that our time in high school has been anything but ordinary. Let's take a moment to reflect on the one thing that brought about the mother of all changes, COVID. We mastered the art of adapting to virtual classrooms, where "you're on mute" became the most frequently uttered phrase of 2020. And let's not forget those Zoom breakout rooms that felt like parallel universes where time seemed to stand still. But here's the thing, my friends. Life is a lot like the school Wi-Fi. It's full of ups and downs, and sometimes you find yourself in a dead zone. But it's during those moments of uncertainty that we truly find our strength. The ability to adapt and navigate through uncharted waters is what sets us apart. Now, I think many of us, myself included, are tired of hearing about the pandemic and instead are looking forward to moving on. But one important thing I think we should take away from our experiences is what it means to be successful. Recently, we witnessed the rise of new heroes. It wasn't just about the flashy superheroes in capes anymore. It was the healthcare workers, the grocery store employees, the teachers, and even the wonderful lunch ladies who became the unsung heroes of our time. They showed us what success is not just about wealth and power. It's about making a difference in the lives of others. I ask you all to take a moment and look at the people around you. Now, although I cannot stand here today and tell you how you are going to succeed, I can't stand up here and say that you've got as good a shot as the person seated next to you. So, my fellow graduates, let us celebrate the changes we have endured and the challenges we have overcome. Together, we have shown the world that we are not merely survivors, but thrivers. Congratulations, class of 2023. As we embark on our individual journeys, let's continue to embrace challenges, find fulfillment in our pursuits, and make a difference in the world. Thank you.
I will now call upon the Dracut School Committee to award diplomas to the class of 2023. Vice Principal Lyson will call the class roll. Class marshals will assist. Before we begin the roll, I would like to ask everybody, we have a lot of folks we will be leaving at the same time. Please allow us to remove the students in an orderly manner. We'll be moving the front students through this door, the rear students through that door. We'll circle around. There'll be an opportunity for everybody to gather, take pictures, discuss, celebrate. But in order to do that, we'll need to use the entire floor plan of the Richardson Middle School on the first floor. And if we do that, that will allow families to join their students, students to join their friends, and we'll all have a great time. So, back to the main event. Ms. Lyson, please call the class roll.
Okay, class of 2023, congratulations, here we go. Iyad Sama Solomon. Riley James Ducharme. Courtney Paige Smith. Adlai Abraham Susi. Dylan Michael Hubbard. Anthony William Rapucci. Mina Sharif Abdu. Aurora Marie Achilles. Paige Nicole Adamczyk. Robert Edward Agnon III. Amaya Khaled Alcazar. Brandon Mark Anderson. Matthew Schmidt Andrade. Allison Grace Archambault. Colin James Arsenal. Deborah Fusco Graven Batista. Madison Lee Berardinelli. Olivia Renee Bergren. Drew Xavier Bernier. Ethan William Bertrand. Brendan Thomas Bisson. Michael Brandon Bjorkman. Ryan Christopher Blow. Elizabeth Lauren Borodoka. Ferris Bomedian. Nicholas Henry Bourget. Rachel Grace Bowler. Caitlin Eleanor Brooks. Tyler Ernest Brown. George Rennie Brucato. Sarah Elizabeth Bernikel. Hannah Marie Cahill. Zachary Thomas Campbell. Timon Joseph Carter. Maria Eduarda Adawuju Chemin. Andrew Martin Chenevert. Nicholas Finn Chorb. Wen Chu. Savannah Marie Clifford. Emmett James Collins. Corinne Catherine Kumis. Lindsay Beth Cox. Ariana Lee Cruz. Chris Yerman Samil Cruz Diaz. Natasha Marie Daigle. Hallie Veronica Daniel. Brock Charles Desmaris. Kendall Marie DeRogers. Antonio Marco DeVito. Zachary John DeStacio. Colby Martin Downer. Reed Elijah DuBois. Samantha Elizabeth Fabre. Emma Elizabeth Felker. Molly Elizabeth Ferraro. Brendan Thomas Flynn. Colby Daniel Forrestel. Cadence Irene Gendron. Cadence Jean Jeffroy. Isabella Grace Gordon. Alexis Christina Gorman. Bella Angela Grasso. Matthew Robert Greenwood. Nicholas Ray Greer. Benjamin Reed Grusing. Miriam Suliha Gay. Ava Sandra Hall. Madison Page Harding. Anne-Marie Trin Harrington. Eric Bruce Heisey. Devin Edward Hoffman. Alicia Monithin Hawk. Casey Margaret Hausman. Callie Remelar Anastasio. Tyson Daniel Jasmine. Isabella Rose Jezek. Emily Mary Johnson. Timothy Joseph Johnson. Elijah Earl Jones. Kylie Joelle Jones. Selena Jenna Jessam. Monique Esther Kabongo. Aga Lule Kalungi. Elizabeth Jean Keegan. Connor John Kelly. Shannon Elizabeth Kelly. Kylie Soria Keo. Carolyn Cooper Killick. Harriet Niambura Kimani. Christian Robert King. Mackenzie Lee Kukulski. Ariana Marie Kula Schultz. Matthew Michael Lavender. Lily Marie Virtue. Tammy Lee. Nathan Kenneth Levitt. Fiona Lynn. Gabriella Renee Lucarati. Allison Ann Lucier. Casey McKenna Mance. Serena Basheri Marshall. Jacob Pierce McDougall. Shaylin Eva McDowell. Megan Elizabeth McMenamin. Sabrina Rose Medeiros. Jillian Marie Meeker. Gabrielle Elias Melly. Samuel Merced. Allison Mackenzie Moore. Princess Morris. Jovan Tinashe Moya. Nathan Scott Mugford. Bridget Rose Mullally. Ariana Gigi Mong. Mackenzie Michelle Murphy. Nalia Marie Murphy. Ashton Joseph Murray. Taylor Margaret Murray. Thompson Wen. Paul Clement Hopman Nook. Hannah Lindsay Patterson. Abigail Nindiri Ogwong. Eddie Jenkins Athiano. Zainab Owanis. Shalom Osihaiman Passaway. Madison Grace Page. Isabella Monet Paiva. Annabelle Catherine Harris. Joseph David Parker. Benjamin David Pashawian. Dia Manish Patel. Neil Takur Patel. Connor Joseph Pepin. Alani Jade Perez. Madison Grace Perry. Natalie Grace Picos. Rourke Robert Pintal. Jalen Sarah Platt. Ariana Marie Plouffe. Madison Wiles Poirier. Andrew Popko. Noah Joseph Prue. Nicholas Henry Riveras. Devin Alexander Rigo. Layla Jean Ripley. Dahlia Rivera Cruz. Mariana Maris Rocha. Christopher James Rosado Jr. Gianni Raymond Rossetti. Kira Beth Rowe. Nicholas Panarat Safe. Aiden William Saunders. Antonio Segiyama. Anthony Xavier Serrano. Florian Charlie Sever. Lillian Rose Sigmund. Christina Astrid Jampu Sime. Nathan Dana Singh. Emma Rose Sorois. Andrew Walter Snowden. Timothy Satya Sok. Alexandria Casey Stevens. Christian James Stossel. Brandon John Sullivan. Derek James Swanson. Asher Keenan Talbot. Ashley Elizabeth Talbot. Haley Bryn Talbot. Jonata Harry Texera DeMello. Anisha Santali Thapa. Omarion Akeem Thomas. Wesley Nathaniel Turgis. Nicholas Anthony Tusa. Alex Joseph Vasquez. Adrian Veras. Riley Christian Verheyen. Vi B. Chiu O. Caleb Benjamin Wormuth. Brooke Emily Warner. Rachel Morgan Warner. Joseph Thomas Wilkie. Daniel Francis. Thomas Jacob Workman. Jadrian Tyler Yawn. Thomas Francis Zawiza. Ismail Jad Zuawi. Brian Thomas Velez Zuccarello.
At this time, could our marshals come over here to lead the crew out? All right. As my last official act as your class president, you may now move your tassels from right to left to signify your status as high school graduates.
All right, at this time, if I would have all adults please remain seated. Marshals, if you'll begin the recession to the front and to the back. Mr. DiGeronimo, would you help the marshals as we recess? Iyad? The last three rows out the middle door by Mr. DiGeronimo. Parents, you'll be able to join your graduate in about 1 minute. We are going to use both corridors in the lower floor. Finally, while we're still here, the graduates are leaving, parents in the background. Thank you very much for your patience. As you can imagine, it was a lot to plan this and get everybody safely, but now we have 185 high school graduates joining the DHS alumni. Thank you very much. This concludes Commencement 2023. Thank you, everyone.